Hello friends, today we are going to install a Sony head unit in a Kia Rio, and for that first we have to remove the old one. So it's pretty easy to remove the old one. You just have to start prying this around these edges using a prying tool like up there. And because I don't have anything to hold this camera, so I'll just pause this video up and I'll take that out first and I'll show you. So the panel is off. It's just the clips at back which is holding this panel up here, and once you take it off from here, there is a connector on top here. Just remove that connector, then you have access to these 4 screws, 2 at left side and 2 at right side. Once you remove those screws, you can take this stereo out, and once you take the stereo out, because we don't have a plug and play harness here, so I will show you about the wiring of the stereo as well. So once the stereo is out, you can see there is almost about 3 connectors here. So one is this side is here, it's a radio antenna, and these 2 connectors is for speakers and power supply. So I'll explain in a bit what wire we have to connect with the aftermarket head unit. So you press this down from here to take this connector out. So these both connector is same way to take them out. Just press this and take that out. So as I said, we have 2 connectors here, and this one got our power supply here. The first red, this one, this is first connector from here. If you are seeing from front, this connector, so this red one which is connected to this pin here, the first one from left, is the constant battery voltage, 12 volt. Then this under here, that's the black, is the ground wire. These 6 here, 1 2 3 4, they are 4 speakers here on this connector, and I'll explain in a while which speaker, which pair is going to which speaker. And I'll explain other wires. I'll now connect from here all the wires to the other Sony head unit harness, and then I'll give you a full view of the wiring of this Kia Rio. So there is 2 pairs which have brown and white. If you started from this side, this first pair which is consist on red and blue wire, so this is your left rear speaker. Then this next pair, and in this one the blue is positive, red is positive and blue is negative, while in second one, that's your left front speaker where brown is positive and white is negative. The next one is the right front speaker, white is positive and brown is your negative. Then this last fourth one, green and orange, is your rear right speaker, and green would be positive and orange is negative. And I'll show you in a while where to connect with the Sony harness these wires. And in this our speaker connector, where we have all these 4 speakers wires, this yellow one is the illumination light. So this yellow one you'll connect to this Sony orange and with white strip wire. So it will tells the stereo that the during nighttime headlights are on, so it will goes to dim. Once you connected this yellow wire to your illumination wire, this pink wire here, which is from bottom there, is the first left pin. This pink wire actually is your radio antenna trigger amplifier wire. So most of time when you install your head unit fine and you realize radio reception is not that good there, the problem is you haven't connected your radio antenna amplifier. So you have to find always most of all new uh, late model cars, you have to find that radio antenna amplifier wire. So in this Kia Rio, this pink is, which will connect with, most of time it's the blue wire. So we'll use this wire to connect with this pink wire here. So we just have finalized all the wiring here, and I will show you which wire where we have to connect it. So as I said, from Sony side, that constant 12-volt battery, which is a universal standard for all the aftermarket head units. So yellow always goes to a red one in Kia Rio. Then this is the red one, which is a ignition wire. It goes to green with the orange strip on there. Then we have a rear rear left speaker channel, green, and green with black strip, which will go to this red and blue wire. And I already explained which one is positive and which one is negative there. Then this orange pair, this is purple pair, which goes to orange and green from car side. Then this white pair, which is actually the white pair is our left front, yep, left front pair, which goes to this brown and white pair. And green one is rear left pair, while the purple one is rear right pair. And then we have a gray pair, which is front right pair, front right speaker, and it will goes to brown and white. Yeah. So after here you can plug that to stereo and and you can install your stereo in your fascia and put that back in. But I'm also going, because this Kia here also have steering wheel buttons, and we have a Sony head unit. So as it is a analog system, so we can hook up some of latest Sony stereos directly with this analog system without any special harness or adapter. So I'll show you in a while which wires we are connecting to and what connector we are going to use. So on these Sony head units, this remote connector here, which is a 3.5 mm normal audio jack type connector, and you can find a special connector which comes in and it's written on this side which one is key 1, key 2 and ground. But I'll just, because I don't have that cable, so I'm just using ordinary connector and I cut it off. So the first, if we start from top, usually it's a 3-pin connector, but this connector got 4 pins here. So the first top one is pin 1 or key 1, then second one key 2, and the most bottom one is ground. While we don't have key 3, and I never saw any key 3 in any system there, so you are not going to use it. So just use a multimeter and continuously test to find your key 1 on this side, then from here key 2 in this side, and the ground. So obviously by looking at, you can tell that the ground is gonna be black wire, and sorry, it's a bit below. Yeah, that ground wire is the black one, then these three of them is key 1 and key 2. So I'll just find key 1 and key 2 and ground from this side for steering wheel, and then I'll explain the wiring connections. So this is our supply connector, and if so you can see, if seeing connector from the wiring side, 1 2 3, after 3 from this side, the fourth one is our ground for steering wheel, and then 1 2 3 4, the fifth pin here, this is the fifth pin here, which is key 1. So we'll just connect this ground to ground and this to key 1. I was just testing this, and it works perfectly fine. And where we have this pink one connected to ground here, and to that wire going to ground, and then the white one we have connected to that gray, as I have shown you previously, which is key 1. So if you are going to install a reverse camera in your Kia Rio, and for reverse camera you always need to find the reverse trigger wire, which tells your stereo that car is in reverse. So as you can see, this is a right hand drive Kia Rio, and on left side door panel, if you open up this cover, that green wire here, so there are a few other green wires as well, few are a bit thicker, so you have to test it, but this green wire here which I just tested is the reverse trigger wire here, and hopefully it will help you in your installation. And thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thanks. So finally we have finalized the installation, and actually the customer had made a mistake because it didn't consult me before buying this fascia. So there is a gap inside here which shouldn't be. Seems like it's fascia for 178 wide stereo. So keep in mind, mostly all these branded stereo like Sony, Pioneer, Alpine, they have a 173 millimeter wide area, while if you buy a Chinese standard head unit size in 7-inch, usually they come 178 wide. But it's all working. I'll go. I have checked our radio, so working fine.
To go right beside the camp, and God led him. Now remember, there's 135,000 lawyers, so there are going to be thousands of tents.
Reverse camera, okay. So sorry, I haven't included all the wiring instruction for the camera. I have just told how to.
Why didn't God just tell him?
I just told how to include a reverse trigger wire. I included in this video, but didn't include all the wiring to run at back. But I'll show you quickly where I have installed the camera. So this is our camera here. It's right behind, and then on top of number plate here. So other thing, have to see if steering wheel control buttons working or not, as I have shown you the connections. So if yep, there is. So we'll go to custom, press settings again, and you have to keep that press. So whatever function you want to keep this button press, and select the function from there. So let me register it and I'll come back. So I have registered all the buttons and see if they are working. So as you can see, volume up is working alright, volume down, then mode button, Bluetooth, yep, USB aux working perfect, mute button, yep, And there is our next and previous button. So
We have it in the base. Let's go ahead and
yep, it's working perfect. And so next button, yep, and previous working over. So that's it guys, thanks for watching, and if this video really does help you, please like this video and subscribe my channel for further videos like this. Thank you.